Hello everyone, Tina here, back with another Itch.io bundle extravaganza, except today it's going to be a little bit different, a little bit special. So I have officially finished page 1, so now I'm going to go in and talk about my favorite games from this page, what I think you should play, and then some of my runners up. And so yeah, to get started we are going to look at One Night Stand. So this is my number 5 game, One Night Stand. I was honestly surprised by how much I liked this game. Kind of thought that I would either just be meh on it or hate it. But it was surprisingly really good. I am not normally a visual novel person. This was like the first one that I actually finished. I mean, obviously I didn't finish it because I didn't play through all the options, but I made it all the way to the end of one of the options, so that's kind of new for me. But I really liked it. I thought it was super unique. You basically wake up next to this girl that you don't recognize, and you have to figure out what happened the night before and where you're gonna go from there. She's got a bunch of stuff in her room you kind of click on, get some information about her, and then you can talk to her about it. And the gameplay loop was actually really satisfying. It was good. All of the conversations felt really natural. As you can see, it's really uncomfortable to play because, I mean, obviously the situation is uncomfortable, but it's it feels really, really real and really natural and normal. I also really like the design of the game. I think I refer to it as rotoscoping. I don't actually know if it is rotoscoping, but that's kind of what it looks like to me, and I really like it. I unfortunately got a bad ending. We split up at the end, which was sad, because I kind of liked the girl. She's cute. But, yeah, it honestly, getting the bad ending made me want to play it more because of that. So, yeah, if you are looking for something kind of lighthearted, something easy, something fast, then I definitely recommend you try out One Night Stand. It was surprisingly good. All right, coming in at number 4 is No Delivery. So this is the very last game on the page, and I wasn't expecting that much from it. As far as polish goes, it's not a super polished game. It pretty much runs at this tiny resolution, and I don't know if that's part of the draw of the game, but it's basically you work for a horror version of a Chuck E. Cheese. It's it's really silly at the beginning, and then it gets really, really dark as you go through it. Everything is this cutesy pixel art graphics. You're basically a delivery boy for this place, and you wander around, pick things up, clean up messes, and sometimes tentacles grab you, and sometimes you have to fight things. So, yeah, it was definitely not at all what I was expecting. I kind of expected it to be bad, and then as I was playing it, I was recording my video, and then after I finished recording my video, I kept playing it because I was just sucked in. I really just wanted to keep going and seeing what I could find. So definitely this is one of those things, if you like the feel of FNAF or just horror games in general, I think this one's pretty good. It's, like I said, it's pretty lighthearted at the beginning. It's not super jump scary or any of that sort of horror, but just the general feel of it is pretty spooky. It does make it a little bit difficult because the art style is what it is. It's kind of bright and colorful, but that does make some of the things significantly more freaky. Especially considering sometimes you turn corners and there's enemies, or you open a box and it's a mimic and you have to fight it. So yeah, I definitely recommend No Delivery. It's a very unique game, I think, for the page and for the bundle itself. I obviously haven't made it that far through the bundle yet, so I can't speak for the whole thing, but it seems kind of in a class of its own. Like I said, it's a lot like the idea behind FNAF, but a lot more involved gameplay. So yeah, that's No Delivery. You should check it out. Next on the list is Which Way. So Which Way is my number 3. This is a very, very cute puzzle game. I honestly did not know what to expect in this game going into it. Sometimes puzzle platformers are really good, and sometimes I'm so frustrated, I hate this, I never want to see it again. But basically you walk around as this cute little witch girl, you push boxes, and wander around solving platforming puzzles. So it starts you out, I love the progression of this game. So it starts you out, you can only push the boxes, you can't really do anything else. And then eventually, as you'll see shortly, you end up getting a wand, which then lets you pull and move boxes around at will. And that ends up making it a lot more challenging, but also a lot more interesting and a lot more fun. There's a lot of weird stuff you can do with it. You can jump with them, as you see me do here. And then later on, there is this elevator that you use using your little wand. And then even later than this, there are some that you can move around freely on, as you'll see me do here. It just, as you go, it never holds your hand, but it definitely introduces each new thing in such a really accessible way. And I got to a point where I was like, oh my god, I have no idea where to go from here. I don't even know what to do, but in a good way. So check it out. Next up on my list is Minute. Minute is another one of those games where after I stopped filming, I could not stop playing it. I was obsessed with Minute. Minute is insanely good. So I'll go ahead and say, for most of this, I tried to choose games that maybe weren't obvious. I know, everybody's top 10 is going to include Celeste, and everybody's top 10 is going to include, some of the more recognizable games from the first page. But for me, I wanted to focus a lot on the less exciting ones, but I broke the rules for the next two and you'll see why. So Minute is so interesting. It's you have 60 seconds to solve small little puzzles, figure out what you need to do before it all resets and you have to do it all over again. Each time you learn something new, you figure out where to go, you figure out what to do, and then you go do it. And you pick up items along the way that let you do different things. So here I pick up the sword and then I go into the lighthouse and you end up getting a flashlight, which makes it so you can go into a dungeon, which makes it so you can go into a different area, which then makes it so you can go into a different area. It's an entire but each section is only 60 seconds, and it honestly makes you realize just how long sometimes a minute is and other times how short it is, because there were times when I was like, oh my gosh, I still have time to do things. And then there were other times where I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it's already been a minute. This is ridiculous. It's a very, very, I would honestly call it a puzzle game. It's almost like a puzzle RPG, because there are definitely some puzzle elements. You have to figure out what you're going to do, where you have to go, and how you're going to do it in 60 seconds. So if you're looking for something like that, definitely check it out. I have a few runners up for before I get to my number one game, but this is a Short Hike. It is very cute. You run around as a little bird and talk to people and jump around and solve it's basically like a little visual novel with a little bit more interactivity to it. So definitely check out A Short Hike. I also really liked A Mortician's Tale. You basically play as a mortician, and it has these really poignant and beautiful reflections on what it means, what death means to different cultures, what it means to our culture, and what it means to respect dead people's wishes. And so I really think that it's a good game. It's really short. Check it out if you are comfortable with stuff like that. My number one final game, Night in the Woods. I love this game. I cannot stress enough how much I love this game. It is insanely beautiful. You spend all of your time wandering around as this cute little cat named May, and she's going through some shit, and everyone around her's going through some shit, and it honestly is so poignant. It makes some insane just teaches you things about what it is to be human, all while showing you these cute little animal characters. And honestly, I don't know what I expected when I went into this game, but it was not what I got out of it. I felt like this was a game that knew what it meant to be human and taught it to you through these characters. You fall in love with every single character. There's not like a single unlikable character in the entire game, and you really genuinely go through some shit with May, and it feels like you're her friend. I could honestly ramble about this game for hours, and probably at some point I will make a video like that where I just talk about what it is about Night in the Woods that makes it so insanely good. But I don't want to ruin anything for anyone who would like to play this game in the future, so definitely, if you are looking for something that makes you search your soul, then definitely check out Night in the Woods. It will change your life, honestly, and I genuinely believe that. So yeah, this has been my top 5 video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helps you choose a game to play out of the insane bundle, and I hope it gives you some insight into what I really enjoyed out of the bundle. So yeah, make sure you like the video and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.